Hello, my name is Thomas Carino, and today I'll be presenting the second version of the prototype for my pop-up dog tent. In my first video I explained the idea came up when my wife and I, the night before my grad school classes were starting, had a very frightened dog named Callie in our bed with us. And Callie doesn't like thunderstorms, Callie doesn't like fireworks, loud noises like that. And in order to get any kind of sleep that night, we essentially had to segregate her from us in the bedroom because it was just a disaster. She'd be in our face panting and essentially keeping us up all night. With our very busy schedules, this is something that is not really that ideal. So it kind of popped into my head that night that we would create a safer space for dogs in loud environments, right? Whether it's thunderstorms or fireworks or what have you. And that's kind of where I got the idea for this pop-up tent that has these features that are to make a dog more comfortable. When I initially presented this prototype, I was a little bit ahead of my skis and thought that I could induce noise canceling technology into a larger space. Did some further research, realized that's not really possible. So after that, I kind of settled on doing some white noise instead. So in version 2 of the prototype, it's very similar to version 1 in terms of the base structure. The base structure is just a quick pop-up tent that can be quickly folded and unfolded and transported. And something in my market research report that I noticed was a lot of people talked about the comfort of the dogs. So what I wanted to do is add comfort elements, right? And these could either be things that are built in or kind of how we decided to advertise or market the product. The first one being that there is a soft blanket for the dog underneath here, right? So we could either include that or we could just encourage the owners to use their own dog beds and things like that. Something that will make the dog feel like home in this secluded environment. Also during my market research, I realized that the key thing here is that owners want visibility to the dogs, even in this scenario, right? And how can we provide that? So kind of leveraging some baby camera technology and thinking about how that works and how small those can be. In an ideal finished product, there would be a small camera up in this top corner that essentially would maintain the structure when folding this product back down, and then you could view it with your normal baby monitor type camera, right? And something else I noticed in my market research report was portability and how important that was. So in order to kind of keep these things that are powered and have that portability option still, I would rely on a battery pack bank. Just a simple one. This is an example of one that I bought on Amazon. But essentially it could power multiple devices at the same time. You could charge it up, and these bigger ones, they really last for quite a while. So I think plenty to get through a single night and then charge again and kind of do over and over. So this would eliminate the need to be close to a power outlet and really give the owner more flexibility of where they put this device, right? The other two features you can kind of see here, and one you might be able to hear, is instead of noise cancellation, like I said, there needs to be a white noise element. In our market research report, owners were concerned with the dog's, the ventilation and how the dog would feel inside the tent. I think the key here is we would rely on fans and white noise to be able to do this, right? So this little portable fan that we have right here is, again, another representation of something that we would eventually build into the product, build into the side, and powered by that same power source, keeping it all kind of in one place. And the other feature that I really like about this one is the white noise machine, right? So if your dog has a particular music they like or something that calms them down and you knew that as an owner, you could hook this up to your Bluetooth and change it. But if your dog just wanted white noise and you need it to be louder versus quieter, you can simply change the volume right here on the piece. And really, the end goal of this would be to incorporate all of those things into one handheld controller, essentially one monitor, right? Where you could see the dog in the environment, you could change the fan settings, you could change the noise settings or what you're playing on the white noise machine, and really allow your dog to have a comfortable environment that would separate them from you and allow you to hopefully get some rest and then really make them comfortable in a time of need. So yeah, I feel like these features are super important because that's what everybody kind of had pointed out in my market research report. I'm confident that this product has a market simply because everybody that I talked to didn't really have an option or didn't really have anything that they had done previously and kind of felt like they were just making stuff up on the fly in terms of handling their dog in a really loud and intense environment. So yeah, I think this is kind of just, something that I would target it towards pet owners that are maybe a little bit younger and with younger children, like my wife and I, initially, just something that essentially you would market it towards sleep saving, right? You would market it towards somebody who knows that they need a good night's sleep, and consistently, if they are traveling, or if they're at a cabin on the 4th of July, they can rely on this and bring this with them to ensure that they're getting that good night's sleep. So yeah, that's pretty much the product. I really feel like that we could potentially expand this as well and make cheaper versions of it, or I shouldn't say cheaper, I should say more affordable versions of it, where some of the features might be a little bit diluted. Maybe it's just white noise and a fan as opposed to the monitor, because I feel like there's different levels of care with ownership, and really I think that's kind of where we could expand this out to. It's just more affordable versions eventually, and really see where it would go. Thank you for your time.